Rocket is not polite. It does not try to blend in. It announces itself the moment it touches the tongue. Known as arugula in English-speaking countries, roka in the Mediterranean, and rocket across Europe, this leafy green has a personality that few vegetables can match. Sharp, peppery, slightly bitter, and aromatic, rocket exists to wake food up. Botanically, rocket refers mainly to Aruca sativa, though related species are also consumed under the same name. It belongs to the Brassicaceae family, the same family as cabbage, mustard, broccoli, and kale. This matters because that family is chemically aggressive. Sulfur compounds define it. Rocket's flavor comes from glucosinolates. When the leaf is cut or chewed, these compounds break down into isothiocyanates. These are the same compounds responsible for mustard heat and wasabi bite. Rocket is not spicy in a chili sense. It is sharp in a nasal, green, volatile way. This is why rocket feels alive. Historically, rocket is ancient. It was cultivated and consumed in the Mediterranean thousands of years ago. The Romans valued it not just as food, but as medicine and aphrodisiac. Rocket seeds were used to produce oil. Leaves were eaten fresh to stimulate appetite. Unlike lettuce, rocket was never neutral. It was always intentional. For centuries, rocket was a wild green. It grew along roadsides, fields, and disturbed soil. People gathered it because it offered something rare, flavor without cooking. In hot climates, raw greens that survived heat were valuable. Rocket thrives where other greens struggle. Poor soil, dry conditions, intense sun. Stress actually improves its flavor. The harsher the growing conditions, the sharper the leaf. This is why mass-produced rocket often tastes weak. Industrial farming removes stress. Flavor follows stress. Culinarily, rocket is about contrast. It is not eaten alone for volume. It is added to disrupt balance. A handful on pizza, a layer in a sandwich, a finish on pasta. It cuts fat. It cuts sweetness. It cuts monotony. Rocket pairs naturally with olive oil, lemon, cheese, cured meats, eggs, tomatoes, and bread. These combinations are not accidental. Fat softens rocket's sharpness. Acid amplifies its aroma. Salt anchors it. When rocket is heated, its personality changes. The peppery bite fades, replaced by bitterness and softness. This is why rocket is rarely cooked for long. Quick wilting is the limit. Beyond that, it loses what makes it valuable. Texture matters. Rocket leaves are thin but sturdy. They do not dissolve like spinach. They hold structure long enough to deliver flavor. This is why they survive dressing better than delicate lettuces. Nutritionally, rocket punches above its weight. It is low in calories but dense in micronutrients. Vitamin K supports blood clotting and bone health. Vitamin A supports vision and immune function. Vitamin C contributes to antioxidant defense. Rocket also contains calcium, potassium, and folate. But its most important contribution is phytochemicals. Those same sulfur compounds responsible for flavor are linked to cellular protection and detoxification pathways. Rocket is not gentle on the palate, and it is not passive in the body. Digestively, rocket stimulates. It increases saliva production and gastric activity. This is why it is traditionally eaten at the beginning of meals. It prepares the system. In traditional medicine, rocket was associated with vitality and circulation. Whether or not all claims hold scientifically, the physiological response is real. Rocket wakes systems up. Agriculturally, rocket is fast-growing. It can be harvested within weeks. This made it ideal for continuous supply. However, fast growth also means rapid bolting. Once rocket flowers, leaves become intensely bitter. This creates a narrow harvest window. Timing matters. Visually, rocket is jagged and irregular. Deep green, serrated edges, wild-looking. It does not look manicured. This wild appearance reinforces its sensory role. You expect intensity before tasting. In modern cuisine, rocket became mainstream in the late 20th century. Before that, it was niche or regional. Its rise coincided with a shift toward bolder flavors, Mediterranean influence, and ingredient-driven cooking. Rocket replaced iceberg lettuce in many contexts because it offered identity. It turned simple salads into statements. However, rocket is often misused. Overloading salads with it creates bitterness fatigue. Rocket is a spice disguised as a leaf. It should be used with intention. Another mistake is drowning it in heavy dressings. Rocket does not need cream. It needs restraint. Rocket also suffers when stored improperly. Heat and light degrade its volatile compounds. Freshness defines quality. Limp rocket is useless rocket. Culturally, rocket represents confidence. It assumes the eater can handle intensity. It does not apologize. In food systems increasingly obsessed with sweetness and neutrality, rocket is a reminder that bitterness has value. Sharpness has purpose. Not all pleasure is soft. Rocket does not comfort. It activates. It challenges. It turns simple food into adult food. Rocket is not background. It is punctuation.